No, don't walk away from me. Don't walk away from me.
Fucking revenge love. We finished it about like
Yay.
the day the last episode was released.
No, we were like watching it religiously. Like
Yeah.
we were locked in.
Yeah, we were locked to the fucking disclaimer. I will be trash talking so much in this fucking video, and I will be trash talking the fans. So be prepared. Like, if you don't want to hear what I have to say about some of the fans, then don't watch this video because I'm not gonna hold back. I will try to not be a bitch, which is gonna be hard for me considering everything, but I will have strong opinions about some people's opinions. As always, the only consistent thing about my fucking videos is the tier list. I'm never gonna change it unless it's like a meme worthy situation, which again, I don't know, maybe. Although I say this in every video, I'm gonna say it again that this tier list is gonna be mainly as unbiased as possible. We're still human though, keep that in mind. We will be ranking the characters depending on how they're written, not really how good characters they are in the sense of like how kind or how like amazing and whatever shit like that. We're mainly looking at the writing, how important they were to the story, and all of those things, right? You can have your own opinions, and I'm gonna also put the link down below so you can do it yourself. Another disclaimer.
So many disclaimers.
Yeah. I suck at Chinese names. Like, I suck. Specifically me. He's better than me, but like, I suck. He's gonna be helping me this whole time. So, like, don't get mad at me for, like,
And
hitting me.
and even then, I'm not a huge expert.
Yeah, sure,
But
but you know much better than me. Like, come on.
yeah.
Like, I still don't remember. We watched that show and I still don't remember, like, 70% of her names. So, I'm gonna be wrong, for sure, when it comes to names. Maybe both of us too. Just, like, don't be assholes.
Okay, let's start with Wang Zhen.
Wang Zhen.
I won't be able to say that name. The first thing I wanna talk and say, the first the first thing I wanna say about this guy, what is happening with his brother? Okay,
Yeah.
listen, he's not his brother, actually. He's like adopted, whatever, right? I don't care though.
Oh my god, step bro.
Step bro, I'm stuck.
Step bro, what are you doing? Anyway, yeah, it very much gives off those vibes. So
You know what's the problem? That we knew that he was in love with his brother before we knew that it's not his brother.
yeah, we were like,
When we saw that scene with
what's
the
going
fucking
on here?
pills where he threw him on the furniture and he was like giving him his pills and like the way he was looking at him all the time, I was feeling uncomfortable. Like, I was like, what is he
Yeah, we
doing?
were like, he's in love with him. What the fuck?
Yeah, we both
Please let
said,
them not be real brothers.
yeah, Wang
Yeah,
Shuo didn't
sure.
know he's adopted,
Yeah.
which is even worse.
Literally, Suo Wei was like, "You're adopted," and he was like, "Huh?"
Honestly, the face Wei Wei makes after he tells him, and then his brother comes over, he's like, he said I'm adopted! And his brother's like, yeah, I've told you before.
Yeah,
Kinda like,
you're right.
yeah, and the face Wei Wei makes, like, I swear, I laughed so fucking hard. So fucking hard. I think it's my favorite, like, most funny scene in my opinion. I was laughing so hard. 10 out of 10. Such a good scene.
Uh, what did even like Wang Shuo say to him? Like it was some stupid shit, and then he was like, "I'm gonna destroy your fucking life."
Yeah, yeah. He's like that meme.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Back to his brother.
Yeah. Other than that, I couldn't trust him the whole show.
Yeah, he gave off like such a weird vibe. He was
Sus.
like, I was like always expecting him to like do something to Suo Wei.
Hmm.
I don't know, like, but he never did. He's just what it
There.
was about him. But yeah, his like purpose was just to like make Qi Qiong jealous and like be in love with his brother. Like,
Yeah, when he first when he first came into the show, I thought that the two brothers, one of them was trying to get Zhisheng and the other one was trying to get Wei Wei. I thought that's what the plot they were going for. But no, brothers are just in love with each other. I will never be able to trust him, ever. Even though he's in love with his brother, aka he's not in love with Wei Wei, I will never be able to trust him. I just feel like he's not what he seems. Even though he could be the best person, the way they wrote his character and the way he presented himself throughout the whole show, it felt like we never knew what was coming next, but in a very bad way.
Yeah, I want to put him in like shallow as fuck because we don't know anything about him. Like,
Yeah, because you cannot put him at had potential because there wasn't a single thing he showed us that I was like, oh, I would like him to expand on that. I don't want him to expand on liking his fucking brother. I don't, I don't want him to expand on that. Yeah, I would say, yeah, shallow as fuck is the
'cause yeah,
fairest.
even with that, like he fucking abuses his brother like all the time. Like,
Yeah,
he's so mean.
yeah, I mean, his brother deserves.
But yeah,
Anyways. Yeah, it's just like what I'm missing from him. If that's all that it is to his character, what we saw in this show, in the whole show, then it's not enough. I like how he ends up being like kind of friendly with Wei Wei by the end, and he's like, there for him now and then and whatever. But again, it's not enough for me. He's really, really shallow. One other scene that I like is when he meets Wei Wei for the first time, and Wei Wei goes Wang. He goes like Wang all the time because he like
Wang
gets
Wang, and he calls him a puppy.
he calls him a puppy. That was so fucking cute, but like in a
Yeah.
stupid way. But it was so funny. It was amazing. Anyways, yes, shallow as fuck. I wish they did something better with him because yeah, he wasn't a good written character. Come on,
Yeah, he was me.
he was ra.
He was a wawa. No.
No.
Next we have Xiao.
江小帅，
You know what? I'm gonna call him the Dr. Pookie. That's how I've been calling him for like 24 episodes. So, Dr. Pookie, the fact that he's sitting
I
there,
love him so much.
the fact that he's sitting there teaching Wei Wei how to get with Qi Qiong, and he's such a fucking fool.
He's like me giving relationship advice, like where he doesn't want to like get with this guy. He's like so shy and like he doesn't want to sleep with him or anything. And then he's telling Suo Wei everything like, yeah, this is how you get him into bed, and this is
Yeah, and you must know this, and you do this, and you do that, and they scheme, and they have the whole fucking red threads and everything from like picture to picture, and that's his dad, that's his mom, and like all of those like scheming thing situation or whatever. And he's just fucking. He's so silly, bro. Like sometimes he's just so silly. Like the amount of times this poor guy witnessed Qi Qiong and Wei Wei fucking, I feel.
this poor man.
This poor guy and fucking Qi Qiong asking him to join them for a threesome. Me, honestly.
And in his own clinic, like,
In his own clinic, for sure. Okay, getting kind of like more serious about him though.
oh my god, speaking of the clinic, the name of his clinic, let's get into the background.
Yeah. The storyline that he has going on, it's way more painful than
Yeah,
I thought it would be.
It's rough.
I
Yeah.
was expecting that something is wrong because he has a reason that he's so like pushing, men away and he doesn't want to be around fuckboys and stuff like that. I knew there was a reason, but I could have never guessed it was that reason. The fact that he got like groomed when he was young,
And then
saying-
like fucking blackmailed and shit.
the fucking groomer, the teacher, got sick of him, so he paid guys to like drink, drug him, and whatever, and then have sex
Yeah.
with him. The correct word would be rape him, but like I will have to censor that. And then take pictures of him and give them to the teacher so the teacher can act like, you cheated on me, you're dirty. Like, holy fuck, that's the most disgusting.
Yeah, and just expose all of that to like the whole school and
Yeah.
everything.
That was
so-
disgusting. Disgusting. I don't have him in the list because he's not important enough to the story. Yes, he did what he did, but honestly, I don't even want to give him credit. I absolutely hate him. Just know that if he was in the list, he would be below jail or hell. He would be like, doesn't deserve to live ever, period. So, as we know, little Pookie Doctor, he attempted suicide on his bathroom. So the name of the clinic is 181.
181's clinic.
Yeah. So the call that saved him from himself was at 601. That's the reason he named it that, which I didn't know that. When I figured it out through a post on Instagram and whatever, I texted Key and I sent him the video, and then every time we would see the next episodes and we would see that, we would always like either
He would
laugh
just be like,
either laugh because of the stress or just like go purely silent and be depressed, and we'll be like, that's so fucking sad. Very
Yeah,
smart.
literally like the next episode that we watched after figuring that out, whenever the name of the clinic popped up, we were both just silent for a second and we were like, oh fuck, man.
Yeah. Now we know, and I don't think we like that we know. Very smart though. Good job to the producers and everything, whoever. Good job.
Mhm.
Very good. That's why he was so overprotective of this girl that came to the hospital because she tried to hurt herself. She ended up hurting the doctor because she was, like very upset and she didn't mean to, but she did kind of hurt him. And
Yeah.
yeah, and Chang Yu was trying to like help him, and he was kind of like upset at him for doing that because he knows how she feels. So that
Mm.
also says a lot about the impact this whole situation had on him. The first time he meets Chang Yu, I feel like we would never be able to guess what their relationship would end up to be in the end because they meet and they
Mhm.
have this like vibe of how their relationship is gonna be, but it's nowhere fucking near that. Nowhere near that because both of the characters are so different in the beginning than how they are in the end. So
Mhm.
that was fucking crazy to me because I thought, okay, so the very basic kind of like black cat bottom and like the super like playboy shameless top, but it was nothing like that by the end. And I was pleasantly surprised, honestly, for both of the characters. But speaking of Pookie Doctor, I'm not gonna say his fucking name. Fuck you. I get all defensive about it. No. Pookie Doctor right here, I don't think he changed too much because literally by the end when they're trying to have him sleep with Changyu,
Mhm.
I'm not confident. You can see that he was still very much himself throughout the whole show. He didn't change much, but I'm not gonna sit here and
Yeah.
pretend
I
that.
think I think the only thing that changed is that like he opened up more and
Mhm.
that like he got like a little softer. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna sit there and pretend that that's a problem because you know what? He didn't have to change, in my opinion. It's not like he had some major flaws and issues that he had to solve, except the
Yeah.
ones like his trauma that he was dealing with, which he eventually got better with it. Because of Changyu's help, of course. I absolutely love the relationship he has with Wei Wei. I feel like they're such fucking crackheads together. It's so fucking funny. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know, the
They're
relationship.
such good friends.
Yeah. And to know that in the book they liked each other or whatever it was,
Yeah, and they even kissed once.
they even kissed and all this shit like that.
Yeah, after they told each other that like they liked each other, they had like a little kiss, and that's it.
I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't like that version because I feel
No.
that their relationship would be a little bit like too boring for how like powerful the show was. I feel like they don't fit very well together with how the show, specifically the show went. I cannot speak for the novel because I haven't seen it, but like I haven't read it, sorry. But specifically how the show is, it wouldn't work out between them two. I'm kind of glad it's just not a thing, you know. But I'm not gonna hate on the ones who support it, you know. It's fine. You can have your own opinion on that. It's totally fine. We have the facts of the novel and the facts of the show, so it is what it is, you know? I feel like it's really hard to say exactly how his personality is, which is a very unusual thing when it comes to characters in shows. Usually you have this like baseline of that's how he is, that's the other personality trait he has. But in this case, I feel like he is like the hardest out of all of them to point out his like actual traits as a character.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is because he opens up more later. Because like before, he's mostly putting on like this little act that like he's this confident person, very like experienced and like knows what he's doing and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to like get to the real him and like pinpoint exactly what his personality is. He is a very caring person, but he's also kind of a little bitch. Like sometimes.
Oh, I fully agree. Honestly, yes.
Especially with he was trying to get Suo Wei and Qi Qiong together and like whenever Qi Qiong like threatened him with this like fucking time limit. And so he was all like trying to be he was like being like so two-faced to like Suo Wei.
Yep, he was.
Like trying
And
it
I
was
love
so
how
fun.
Wei Wei did the same thing back at him in the end.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, like I also do like think that he's like a little romantic and like wants to give his all to it, I think. Because like especially like I don't want to bring that motherfucker up again. But like in the flashbacks, you can see like how devoted he is to him.
Yeah,
And he's just like fucking pushing him away, even though like he's like trying his best to just like spend time with him and be there for him because he loves him.
exactly.
But no.
Yeah, no, I get exactly the point you're trying to make, and I agree completely.
But yeah, and I think like because of that, he's like more guarded whenever he's going into his relationship with Cheng Yu. But then like once they're like more like committed into like a relationship, you can see more of that side of him coming out again, and he's so cute.
I feel like this whole thing happens when he figures out how exactly Chang Yu is. I feel like that's what started bringing out the actual, like, real version of the Dr. Pookie. And it's very
Yeah.
evident when he got drunk because of the news he heard about Meng Tao. And, he started drinking heavily and all the things that happened, which we won't talk about them right now because they're more telling about Chang Yu's personality than anything. So we will talk
Mhm.
about this specific scene in detail when it's Chang Yu's turn, so don't worry.
Xiao Shua. Xiao Shua. Oh my god. Just say it as fast as possible and it'll be right.
Shasha.
Oh my god, you sound like Qi Qiong now.
盛先生，
More things I have in common with him.
Once that finishes, we're definitely doing a tier list for that.
Oh,
Woo.
100%. I feel like he's a decent. I would want to put him higher, but that's gonna be biased if I do.
Yeah, I was like kind of between Hear Me Out and Decent.
Exactly, me too. But I feel like Hear Me Out is a little bit too much. He's an amazing character and he's pretty decently written, but I still feel there is like not much to him except his arc with Chang Yu and Meng Tao. Yeah, sure, he helps a lot Wei Wei with all of the rest of the thing, but I don't think, if I take out my bias, I don't think I would put him at Hear Me Out.
Yeah, I guess we can put him at Decent. Just make a note that we want him the highest Decent as possible.
Yeah.
Next we have Yue Yue.
月月
What an absolute fucking whore. This
Yeah.
fucking whore. She has fucked half of the fucking population. What a fucking gold digger. What a fucking gas sniffing whore. I absolutely fucking hate this bitch.
Gas sniffing. Like, for real, she has to be like one of the most one-dimensional characters I've seen. Like, she's literally just after cute guys for money.
Yeah, that's all she cares about. That's all of her arc.
I don't even know how she was with Suo Wei for so long. Like,
Yeah, I have no fucking idea. I have no clue how they ended up being together for like 3 years or whatever the time was.
she's such a shallow person.
Yeah, and Wei Wei is like the cutest little Pookie fucking. Ugh.
And like, even like, she gets to the point where she yeah, gags. I know.
I'm gonna put it right now because I cannot see her just roaming freely next to my Wei Wei. She has to be like in gags.
But yeah, there's like that one point where she wants to be with Qi Qiong so much that she's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill this snake because I hate it and I want to
Girl.
replace it. Like, girl, what is your problem?
The anger that me and Ki felt on that scene that she was trying to kill the snake, we wanted to fucking go inside the screen and beat her fucking ass.
Yeah, I want to take the snake and strangle her with it.
Yes. I feel like she's one of the worst female characters in a show that I've watched. She has left such a big impression on me, not because her character is like important, because of how much I fucking hate her. I hate her whole fucking existence.
And to add it with her character is that the voice that they chose to dub for her, it's just the most annoying voice actress.
It's like they did it like 10 times worse.
Like, oh my god. Just every time she was on screen and started to talk, I was just like, bleh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my ears were bleeding every single time I would hear her talk.
But yeah, it was really satisfying to see her get what she deserved for like Qi Qiong's mom. She told her that she spent like her entire month's salary on this bag or whatever.
Was it when
But
she
it was like
used...
actually like Qi Qiong's money
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah. It
She
was
went on like a
card-
shopping spree and just got her one or
Yeah.
something. And when she found out, she was so pissed.
I just love the sister for like cloaking her so fast. Slay Queen Slay.
Mm-hmm.
Like the look she was giving her the whole fucking time, she knew that this bitch was trouble.
And yeah, she's not on this list because she didn't contribute too much, but queen.
Yeah, Queen.
Anyway.
We stand. Not only she fucked Wei Wei and she was with him for 3 years, then she dated this guy that beat the shit out of Wei Wei for no reason. And then she went and dated Qi Qiong for his money again. And then when Qi Qiong dumped her, she went back to Wei Wei when he became a CEO of his like company, whatever.
Yeah, and then even after all that, like towards the end of this year, she just shows up and she's like, I want you to do a piece for my new company or whatever, blah blah blah. And also maybe we can get back together. And then she fucking shows up at his mother's place and is like, oh yeah, we're actually always been talking and we want to get back together.
Fucking whore.
Be gone, fuck!
My favorite part of the show when it came to her was when Chang Yu chased her away and she just disappeared.
Oh yeah, next up we have Wei Wei.
Yeah.
Suo Wei.
Yeah.
无所谓。
I will be calling him Wei Wei because I absolutely love his little nickname that Jiang gave him.
Wei
Wei Wei.
Wei.
Wei Wei. And fucking Dabao as well. Dabao.
Double.
You did so fucking well. I'm jealous. Teach me.
We're gonna need to get a little bit of testosterone in you, I think.
I have fucking enough. What are you talking about, bro?
Anyway,
Okay,
about
wait. Yeah. God damn it. Okay, so Wei Wei is the most stupid smart person I have seen in my life.
yeah, like whenever you start the series, you think like this dude is so fucking stupid, and then he starts scheming, and you're like, oh shit, he's actually really smart. What the fuck?
Yeah, and since we're talking about that, him scheming, I swear I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
fuck all of you up. People who blame Qi Qiong for everything and they act like Wei Wei hasn't just created the biggest fucking scheme to get back to his ex. And you're gonna sit there and blame Qi Qiong for everything and expect that he has to be the bigger person every single fucking time something goes wrong? Are you fucking serious? Like, literally, whoever thinks that, are you serious? I wanna know your thought process. If he's capable of scheming to that level, which he did some crazy shit, let's be for real. If he's able to scheme
Yeah.
like that and do all of those things, you cannot tell me for a second that he's this small baby with weak wrists and he cannot think for himself and do what he has to do. Shut up. If he can scheme to this level with that much intelligence, then no. I feel
Yeah,
like you're
it,
kind of
like-
stupid to believe that. You're naive to believe that.
Yeah, like Qi Qiong is not a good person. Of course, we know this. But Sui, whenever people were starting to like blame Qi Qiong for like a bunch of stuff like happening, is whenever like Sui was being like so toxic.
Mhm.
Like whenever Qi Qiong was like keeping stuff from him, of course, like he shouldn't have done that.
Mhm.
But then Sui was jumping to conclusions about him like cheating and stuff and like not talking to him, and then he started like just being like passive aggressive and like making everything worse, and people were just blaming Shishang about it. Like, what are you talking about?
And then the way he started like being around Wang Zhen and acting like he wants him and that, you know, to make Zhizheng jealous and all of those things, like it's fucking irritating me. Listen, before you jump into conclusions, like Wei Wei, I fucking love Wei Wei.
Yeah.
I love him. We love him. But we're just mad at the people who are just gonna sit there and blame everything on Zhizheng. Like they're both fucking adults. They both know what the fuck they're doing to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But like you cannot sit there and blame everything on Zhizheng. As he said, he's not a good person, but we cannot blame him for everything that happens when we also know very well that Wei Wei was at fault for a lot of things that happened between them two. And he's no weak little baby because he cries easily and because he's like, you know,
Yeah,
sometimes a
y'all
little
are
bit
just
silly.
falling for the same shit that Shishang did. Like,
Exactly. Come on, we all know who he really is. I still love him, but just don't sit there and act like he's this like
he's
weak
not
kid.
like a little defenseless little baby.
Yeah, he's not. He's literally not. End of rant.
He is such a good character.
He's so fucking fun.
And I also love that he is the only character that keeps like his actual actor's voice in the dubs. Like
Mhm.
everyone else is changed to like a different person because of their accents, but Ziyu still voices him.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
by the way, for Ziyu,
Oh my god. Another
I
rant. Let's
feel,
go.
yeah, what the fuck is wrong with the fucking crazy fans? Please, if any of you are doing this to him, which doubt you will be seeing this video, but like, if any
Yeah.
of you are doing this shit you're doing to him, stop the fuck it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get a life touch grass. Like, not even him, I would say all of them because I've seen Tian is also going through a lot of things with the fans and like all of them for the most part. Like, leave them the fuck alone. What the fuck is wrong with people? Like, the parasocial relationship that they technically didn't even create. They are not even doing like lives or anything like that or whatever. People just got fascinated by the characters and then they started like obsessing over the actors and just like following them around and treating them like shit. Like, I feel so fucking bad for him. I'm not even kidding. We've been exchanging so many videos and stories with Key from what we've heard and seen. And we're
Yeah,
both
with like the latest one happening where he just fucking took someone's phone and threw it, which like Slay King.
Yes,
Good for
as
him.
he should. And people were mad about it. If you're one of those people who were mad about it, get a fucking life as well. Because I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like this life either. Having a phone in your face the whole time, every time you try to go out and do the simplest thing, and you don't even wear flashy clothes, you don't do anything. You just want to go and do your business, and you have all of those people with their phones in your face. Fuck you, whoever does that. I have no respect for you. I don't care how hateful that sounds. That's exactly how I feel about you. If you're that kind of person, you're disgusting. and you need to change. Nobody's gonna want to be around you. I'm just telling you right now, real talk. And you can call me a bitch, you can hate me, you can do all of those things. I don't care. That's the difference. You're gonna sit there and care that I have an opinion about you. Meanwhile, I don't care that you have an opinion on me. I don't fucking care because I have a life. So do a favor to yourself and the rest of the people you're affecting and get a life.
Like,
I'm so heated.
Wei Wei, master manipulator, but still super cute. And can we talk about like how much stuff he learned for all of this? Like,
For real, like
he learned more with like the sugar blowing, and then he learned so much about snakes and like about business and everything. Like, he's damn.
and just the absolute fact that he actively loved the snakes too, and it wasn't just like
Yeah.
he actually ended up loving them and taking care of them, and he
Yeah,
was being
it
serious
took
about
him a
them.
minute to get used to him, but he loved him.
And the way he took care of the little snakes and how protective he was, and he knew very well what they meant to Zheng, so he was like taking care of them as well and keeping them safe. He almost got hurt and killed when the ex-girlfriend of Zheng paid those guys to go and kill the snakes until Zheng came and saved him. And he went there to make sure that they're fine, you know, especially with the yellow snake, the scene that he was being choked by the yellow snake and everything, and the way he was, you know, again being very protective of the snake and he didn't want it to get hurt and everything. It just says a lot about him, honestly. And how he even made the fucking glass cage with like all the stuff in for like the snake and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So cute.
He goes through huge transformation.
Yeah, I feel like both of the main characters go through the biggest like transformations and the biggest like character developments I've seen in a while, I think. Both Qi Qiong and Wei Wei.
But I love how, like, even after all that, he's still a little loser.
Yes.
Love him.
Oh, that fucking scene. That
His loser aura.
yeah, that fucking scene that Qi Qiong is like, I'm just mesmerized by your loser aura. It's just so fucking cute. I'm like, yes! Now, another thing I want to talk about, but like, take it with a grain of salt, by the way, because that's just plot, right? How he wanted to tell Qi Qiong what his original plan was and why he got close to him, but he ended up not doing it so many times. We were so pissed because we were like, it's the perfect time for
Yeah.
you to say it, and you just didn't say it, and we were like losing our fucking minds over it. But honestly, yes, it's plot, so if that didn't
Yeah,
happen,
it's the
then all
classic miscommunication BL trope. Like,
yeah. The whole miscommunication thing was a plot device, obviously. Except all the lies and everything, their biggest problem was the communication. So, you know, all couples in like all of the BLs, they all have a problem that they need to solve by the end of the show. So that's very understandable that this is what they chose. We are just like kind of bitter about it because both me and Ki were very open with things like that. We like talking about our problems a lot. Like if something happens, we need to like sit there and solve it, and we don't like misunderstandings. So for us, watching that was very stupid because it was very like easy to solve. Oh, I also want to laugh at the constant situation with Wei Wei trying to convince Qi Qiong that he can top.
oh yeah.
It was so funny, and just was
Although,
like,
do you know there's actually in the books where
it
Qi
happened
Qiong
once.
bottoms once.
Yeah. I did hear about that, yeah. Okay, getting heavier again. The arc with Wei Wei and his mom, it was so fucking sad. So fucking sad. It was so fucking bad. I'm gonna keep it from Wei Wei's perspective. Just the whole situation with how Wei Wei was like kept in the dark with his mom and how like bad her health was and the way he ended up losing her and then he was like so fucking depressed. I felt so fucking bad for him. I really understand how he feels. It was horrible for him to experience that. And it was at the same time when he was basically on the outs with Qi Qiong as well. Sure, yeah, they make up kind of like shortly afterwards, but that doesn't really change the fact of how much he hurt having to lose his mom and having to watch his mom literally like slowly die while Qi Qiong is nowhere to be found, basically. That was also the peak where Wei Wei started changing, I think. That was the start of his character development, in my opinion. Let's talk about what happened between Wei Wei and Wang Shuo.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say one thing. I absolutely fucking love how Wei Wei was dealing with this motherfucker because we know how insecure Wei Wei is in reality and how he doesn't believe in his relationship with Qi Qiong. In the beginning, you can see that he's like insecure, but he's trying to act like I can handle you and whatever. And then he gets progressively more and more hurt, and then he eventually goes kind of numb to it, and then he kind of stops caring. And when the whole thing happens with the mom and Qi Qiong goes back to him, he realizes that he doesn't want him, he wants me, which the scene we have between Qi Qiong and Wei Wei when Qi Qiong learns everything, if I hated Wei Wei at any point in the show was when Qi Qiong told him that I don't care what was the reason, I only care about what you feel now.
Like, if you say that you love me, like, I don't care. But then he said, I don't love you. I'm like, bitch.
Saying I don't love you
He's
and
like,
then
I've never loved you.
that was the only time I felt resentment towards Wei Wei. The fucking scheme this little shit had with Qi by the end of the show where they were trying to make the Dr. Pookie and Chang Yu fuck. Holy fuck, we were laughing on this fucking episode so much. Like the looks they were both giving each other the whole fucking time and how they were like trolling the
Wei
Pookie
Wei
so
was just
bad.
like, I'm so abused.
Ah, look at me. I have marks all
Chichang
over.
just throwing him around. Like, stop crying.
That fucking ballerina spin he did, the bro like ballerina
Yes.
that dick. We were laughing so hard. We actually paused
Yes,
the
we
video.
replayed that.
We paused the video, we went back and rewatched it. It was so fucking hilarious. We were like, what the fuck? We were fucking laughing so hard. It was so fucking hilarious. And just the way he was even like in the bathroom and he was like, he acted like trying to kill himself. It's so fucking bad that he doesn't realize it because, you know, as we said earlier, that Dr. Pookie tried to kill himself the same exact way. Kind of.
Oh, yeah.
So it was so fucked up and he was actually so worried about him.
Oh.
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like that plan was stupid, but it worked because it was so
Yeah.
stupid.
That was so stupid.
And I love that Changyu was like playing into it as well on the side. What a fucking idiot. Just a bunch of idiots. I wanted to mention the watches that they had, the couple watches, and he started like moving
Oh, yeah.
the thingies, the indicators, whatever, to leave the message for Qicheng. Can we appreciate that Qicheng didn't understand? Because sure, I love that they thought about it and it proves that they're both very smart, right? Especially Wei Wei. But I just fucking love that that wasn't the reason why Qicheng found it because I think it's a little bit too unrealistic.
Yeah.
I'm glad it happened, but I'm glad it wasn't the reason why Qicheng found him. There's no like doubt that Wei Wei absolutely loves Qicheng. He's down bad for him. When he finds him being kissed like that, he's acting when he gets in the car and how he's like crying and laughing at the same time and he's like pep talking himself and all those kinds of things. Fuck, that hurt like a bitch. That hurt so
that
bad.
got me.
You can see in that moment how much he actually loves Chichak, how like invested he is in him and how much he was trying to trust him the whole time. It was just so fucking heartbreaking, which again, it could have been solved very easily, but it is what it is, whatever.
Yeah, if he had just stayed there for like 2 seconds longer.
Yeah.
But no.
And the same
Because yeah,
with,
if it was me, I would want to keep watching to make sure I get the full picture.
I would go and beat his
And
ass.
I would like want to catch him in the act and be like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah, I love how jealous Wei Wei is. And like the first time he actually admits to Zhejiang that he likes him and he starts crying and hugging him and he even bites his neck and all that scene was so fucking cute.
Yes.
So fucking cute. One of the cutest scenes between them two. And the way like Zhejiang goes back to like that brothel, whatever place, like that, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And Wei Wei goes there and he grabs him and then he takes the mic and he
He's like,
goes,
no, he's mine.
yeah, he's like, take a good look because you will never
He's
see
like,
him
this is
again.
the last time.
And he takes him away. I'm telling you right now, Zhejiang was like horny out of his mind.
He was rock hard.
And I absolutely love their first like sex scene where Zhejiang is like, call me happy. And he was like, no. I think he ended up saying it.
Yeah, I think he caved.
Except his relationship with Jiang, I just absolutely love how protective he is of Dr. Pookie by the end. How he starts being like very protective of him. Sure, he kinda still does a few stupid things to his poor friend, but I still like how pretty loyal to him, you know?
Yeah, and even when like Ming Tao shows up at the clinic or whatever.
That's exactly the scene I was thinking
Me
about,
too.
yeah. Just how he takes care of him and he's always there for him when Meng Tao is there, you know, begging for mercy and all of those things. Beautiful relationship, even though I think they could have taken it like a step further. I think their relationship is beautiful, their friendship.
Where would we put him?
Bias-wise, I want to put him aggressive mode, but I think writing-wise, he's a hear me out.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's how it's gonna keep going. No. There's like a person that...
Oh yeah, no. There's this.
Okay, don't tell them. So, Chicheng's dad.
He's so weird.
Yes, like I don't understand his deal. He's just there doing the bullshit he's doing, just showing us why Chicheng is the way he is. He's literally the reason why Chicheng is the way he is.
Yeah, he was like, you have to get married and take over business or something or whatever. Then he kind of like disappeared for a while, and then he just suddenly fucking kidnapped Wei Wei.
You know what's the crazy thing? That he kidnapped his snakes first?
Oh yeah, he did kidnap his snakes first.
Yeah, he kidnapped his snakes first in the beginning, and by the end he kidnapped Wei Wei Yan, aka he's like way to go about solving his problem is kidnapping people.
Yeah, just kidnapping things.
He
Although with Wei Wei, it was so weird because he just like quote unquote kidnapped him, and he just like took really good care of him.
he literally had him as a pet.
It was so
He
weird.
even called him a dog. He even said, "Oh, I have a dog." Like, dude. And oh my god, rant again. For all of you who ship Jiang's dad with Wei Wei, fuck you. Fuck you, you weirdos. You weirdos. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god, I'm triggered. Like, I just don't understand why he kidnapped him to begin with. Like, people were like, "Oh,
Yeah,
he
and
kidnapped him."
he was all like talking about how he's gonna torture him or whatever, and then he's just like giving him this nice food and stuff and letting him watch Qi Qiong's old baby videos.
You know what I think is happening? Qi and his dad, they're very similar characters. Very similar.
Yeah.
They resemble each other a lot. So what I think happened in this case was that, you know how Qi said that he's gonna the doctor baby and he's gonna do all of those things, but he never actually meant it. It was just all like a ploy to scare him. I think his dad did the same thing with kidnapping Wei Wei. He was trying to scare him and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay you, or I'm gonna scare you off, so you let my son marry a woman." They both have no intent on like actually hurting somebody unless they actively do something horrible, but they will do shit like that and lie and do something like overboard to scare them at least. So I think that's what he was trying to do, but that was fucking stupid because Xinjiang at least he actually showed that he is capable of doing it. Meanwhile, he was just being a fucking, honestly, kind of like a Pookie. He was being a cute grandpa. Like, I don't
He
understand.
was. He was just being so weird. I think he was just lonely. He
Yeah.
just wanted to get to know his new
Son-in-law.
son-in-law.
Yeah. And just the way fucking Wei Wei called him father-in-law.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Whoop, I fucked up."
He was like, "Excuse me?"
I honestly feel like he's better than we thought he was. As in, he's like nicer and kinder than we thought in the beginning. Because in the beginning, they give you this like idea that he's like this ruthless motherfucking bitch, like super toxic masculinity and whatnot. He still has some like toxic parts to himself, which I think we all do have some toxic parts in ourselves. But I don't think he was that bad. I think he was just like perfectly set to be bad, but he's not really bad. He's not like a villain, basically.
Yeah.
Because technically, he didn't really do anything except being a horrible dad.
Yeah, he just was a bad dad, kidnapped snakes and kidnapped his boyfriend.
Yeah, which technically the snakes were like his children, kind of. So it's like he was very controlling of Qi. So I would say, in my opinion, I would say he had potential, but wasn't used correctly.
Yeah. Because yeah,
Because-
like the kidnapping thing like had potential to actually be super serious.
Yeah,
but
it's like if it didn't
just wasn't.
happen, shit would still be the same. Like happen or
Yeah.
not, we can live with or without it. Like it adds nothing to the story, in my opinion.
Now this bitch Wang Shuo.
网硕
I want to start with how fucking dare you, stupid people, say that he is not a villain or the bad guy in the story just because he's pretty. I saw
Well-
this very specific video of people saying he's not the villain because he's covering the snake with his like shirt so he doesn't get like wet by the
Yeah,
rain.
People are
What?
calling him like a single mother or something.
Are you guys
was
like okay? Do you need help?
Like I do have empathy for him with like struggling with mental illness and all that.
That no
But,
no no.
like,
Listen, that is understandable.
You're not taking your meds.
Yeah,
Like-
and people who actually relate to how he's struggling a lot with mental health, I understand that to say that he's not the bad guy. But saying that he's not the bad guy and using what he did with the snake as a fucking excuse and because he's just pretty and whatever like
I
that,
know, he's super manipulative.
he's
and-
manipulative and he did horrible fucking things.
Yeah, like he framed Cheng Yu for
Yeah.
like sleeping with him.
He just literally framed him and he kept up the thing, which, okay, sure, you can sit there and argue that, oh, but it was their fault because they were they were almost like riding each other. I mean, Qi and Chang Yu. I get the point, but nothing fucking matters because Qi was in love with Wang Shuo. Like, that's all that it was to it. He was crazy in love with him. I just don't understand
Yeah.
completely what people are talking about. I relate with him to a certain extent of like mental health being, you know, like messed up and shit like that. I will never blame him for having mental breakdowns and having problems.
And like I get paranoid. I do. You need to like take a little bit of control of those thoughts. Take your medication. You are rich enough to be on medication.
Exactly.
And get treatment. Come on.
And also to the people who are actually watching too, like if you're struggling, please take it seriously. Because you're used to it, it doesn't mean that you're okay.
Yeah.
eventually it's all gonna come crashing down. So please, if you have the financial stability and if you can, please don't put it to the side. Like,
And don't use Chat GPT as a therapist.
yeah, no. ChatGPT is made to tell you what you want to hear. So please, don't listen to all of this bullshit. See a doctor, an actual professional who has actual emotions, and they can evaluate and help you go through them. Just do it for yourself and the people you love. Like, don't do it because I say so. Do it for you. It's not your fault for whatever happened to you.
Yeah, if you have the means to.
Yeah, if you have the means, then yeah, it's your fault. You're being irresponsible. When you know that you have a lot of shit to deal with, see a therapist. Because then it's gonna be your fault if anything happens. You are not your problems. You are not your scars. You are not what people have done to you. Which is what I would have also tell to Wang Shuo too. I love the scene with Qi Qiong meeting him and giving him the snake and telling him that I like you when you're like that. Basically, and he told him keep being like that, which is like, more simple with not all the scheming and whatever. Which proves the point that in my opinion, if Wang Shuo was taking his meds and he was like mentally fine and he was in that like, state and whatever, I think he had a chance with Qi Qiong. He would have a chance with him.
Yeah.
Especially since Qi Qiong now knows that he never slept with Chang Yu.
Mhm.
It's very funny how clueless he is that his brother is in love with him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And again, going to the scene that he learns he's adopted, he's like, I thought you were joking!
He's so stupid.
So fucking funny.
Where would I put him? Decent?
Yeah. He wasn't like entirely evil. He did horrible things, but in my opinion, he's not entirely evil. I'm pretty sure like by the end, since we saw that he is capable of like kind of like giving up and trying to move on.
Yeah, and they all like kind of became friends at the end there.
Yeah,
And, like,
which was
I
unexpected.
Love, I love his like weird relationship with Shua.
I know, right?
It's so funny. Anyway, I guess on to I agree. On to Cheng Yu.
Guo Cheng Yu,
Yeah, let's move to
Oh my
let's
God.
move to Wei Wei's mom. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
we
kidding.
have to say so
Okay.
much about Cheng Yu. Oh my God, I think the moment for us, whenever we were like,
I know
ultimate
exactly what you're
green
gonna
flag,
say. I know what you're
yes,
gonna say.
Was,
Say it,
was
say it,
whenever-
say it.
Was whenever Joshua was about to throw up and he held out his hand
Yes!
under him.
The moment that happened, I
We were
just
like, marry
paused.
him right now.
No, I'm not
Marry
even kidding. The moment that scene happened, I paused and we were both like, marry him right now, wife him up, marry him right the fuck now. I'm telling you right. We were going fucking crazy.
He had such the craziest character development in this show, I think.
And honestly, in my opinion, the most satisfying and amazing one. It was perfect. Perfect.
Cause yeah, he went from like this like little fuckboy conniving character, which like you think is like gonna be like more of a villain or whatever, but then he just turns into this like sweet little puppy, like well, except for like whenever he like beat the shit out of Meng Tao, but
No, listen, justifiably so, we will talk about it. What I want to say is that I think he is actually like a fuckboy and he's like, shameless and teasing,
Yeah.
but it's different when he's in love because he has never been in love with the guys he was messing with, right? I think he shows his true self and he's being, honest with how he is as a person when he falls in love, which is evident considering what happens with Baby Doctor. Just how he takes care of him so fucking much. I feel like he approached him in the beginning just because he thought he was like very cute and hot and whatever, but then he actually started falling for him. So he was using his like very like, oh look at me, I'm a fuck boy persona, right? The more he was being around him and he was being like pushed away by Baby Doctor, the more he was like, I like that because he's not loose like everybody else.
yes.
And he doesn't like immediately fall between my arms, basically, because I'm like so hot and pretty and sexy and just I'm projecting this stuff. But he actively started falling in love with who he actually is as a person. He went from like being one of the reddest flags in the show to being the greenest flag in the show. He's the greenest flag.
Yes.
Sorry, not sorry, but I don't hear whatever you say. He's the greenest fucking flag.
And like with the tone of the show, whenever like they both had that like aphrodisiac or whatever, we
That's the
like
scene I wanted to talk
totally
about.
expected him to like take advantage him or something. But no, whenever he like called out someone else's name, he stopped.
And unlike that fucking Korean fucking BL, he didn't stop because he said another one's name. He stopped because he
Yeah.
fucking realized that something is wrong and he doesn't want to do that right now. And he was on drugs.
among like saying someone else's name, he was saying like he doesn't want to do it or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but yeah.
The fact that he stopped while he was drugged, and you mean to tell me that in that fucking Korean show, the other guy didn't stop and he only stopped because, oh my god, he called somebody else's name. And he wasn't even like
Oh, yeah.
drugged or drunk or anything. And he
Oh, yeah,
almost took
in
a Yeah, I just didn't want to say the name. Just in case someone is watching it, I don't want to like spoil them. This whole situation just had me like, I'm like, no, he's amazing. I fucking love him. The fact that he could hold back while he's in this state, I just fucking props to him. I absolutely love this motherfucker. The moment that happened, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I absolutely love that he didn't. We both said that we wanted this to happen. Like, we wanted them to have sex like that. But when they both wanted to, when they were
Yeah, whenever
actively
they've,
dating and they wanted to try it out, knowing very
Yeah.
well what they're getting themselves into, that's what we wanted to see.
like with consent established
Yes, yeah.
beforehand.
As long as consensual and you've talked about it before and you just want to try it together and see what happens, then yeah, I mean, that would be fucking amazing in my opinion. I would be down bad for it. Just props to this motherfucker. And the fact that when little baby doctor was drinking and he was like so depressed after what he learned about Meng Tao and blah, blah, he was there in the bar with him, but he was watching him from afar, making sure that he's okay while he actually allowed him to drink because that's what he wanted to do and he wanted to give him free will to do whatever he wants. But when it got like too much, he went there to like stop him because it was getting like out of hand. The doctor was mad at him because he was drunk and he didn't really know what was happening. So he was kind of like snapping at Chang Yu, and Chang Yu was still there saying that it's not your fault, and he was like hugging him, and he was like all of those things, and he was like taking care of him, and like as we said with like the hands where he makes sure like if he throws up in his hands and everything like that, and the way he just put him to bed, and you know he held him back and he told him make him apologize to me. And what did this man do? Which by the way, at this point, if I'm correct, they weren't dating yet.
No,
They were just
they
liking
weren't.
each other. And the fact that he found the fucking motherfucker, the groomer, and he beat his ass and forced him to say the truth on a video that he uploaded on the internet, and then he had him crawl to baby doctor's knees to beg for forgiveness. Holy fuck. Perfect, perfect, perfect. The only thing I would change was like,
Yeah, I think the only thing that we disagreed on was that he just sent him there without supervision.
yes, I said that if I ever did that for my loved person, if anybody hurt them and I wanted to do something similar, I would make sure that I would be in front of them, making sure they don't get close to my baby. I'm not gonna allow this person close to him and make my, you know, my lover feel unsafe. I would make sure that they will apologize, they will sit there and cry on the floor like the scum of the earth they are, but they are not gonna go anywhere near touching my
yeah,
baby.
they don't get to touch him. The way that he was just grabbing all over Shua, I was like,
No.
stop it.
Ew.
Get your hands off my head.
You already did too much damage. Fuck off. So just like this whole thing that he did, amazing. I just kind of disagree with that thing, basically.
Although I just wanted to mention there was like one scene, Shua and Chung Yu were just watching Stay With Me.
Oh,
I just
you
I
were
just
losing
wanted to
your
mention
mind.
that 'cause yes, I just saw the uniform and I was like, oh my god, they're watching Stay With Me. And then it showed it again.
I was just sitting there like, yes, baby, I'm so proud of you. You clocked it. And he was like, yes, it's Stay With Me.
Yeah.
So in the end, when they end up like having sex, which by the way, 10 out of 10, beautiful. They become like full boyfriends and everything. And he fucking buys the building behind his clinic and whatever. It was so fucking cute. It was so perfect and so cute. And he had to like sell his like snake farm for it. Ugh, so fucking cute. I just love him. He's my favorite character in the whole show.
He definitely deserves the aggressive mode spot.
Yes. Like aggressive mode. Like aggressive. When I say aggressive, I mean aggressive.
Like it's not a moan anymore. It's just like a growl,
A
a
growl,
roar.
a roar, like a fucking war cry.
Then we move on to Wei Wei's mama.
I absolutely love her, but I have a
Mhm.
huge problem with her. I
Yes.
understand that you are a mom and you want the best for your son and you want to make sure that he's never gonna be hurt. But girl, you're fucking dying from cancer. He's never gonna take it well. The fact that she forced Ticheng to hide it from Wei Wei because Ticheng was always going there to take care of her and literally pay for like all of her medical bills and everything like that and keeping her safe and blah blah blah. The fact that she told him don't tell Wei Wei caused so many problems between Qiqiong and Wei Wei because Wei Wei thought he was cheating.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Qiqiong was like having a mental breakdown 24/7, trying to do anything to keep his mama's life as long as possible and try to see if he can help her heal from like cancer and whatever like that, right? She caused so many problems by accident, and the fact that she didn't tell him, he learned like last second that she was sick to the point where it was basically terminal. It was so fucking fucked up. She had to tell him sooner so he can spend more time with her, so he can be prepared that he's gonna eventually lose her.
Because yeah, she was saying that don't tell him, like I want him to have more time for himself, not dote on me or
He's
whatever.
gonna have all the time when you
And,
die,
like,
girly. Sorry to say it like
yeah,
that, Ro, but
and
like,
she's saying that like she's doing it all for his benefit, but she's doing it to make herself feel better.
yes, I agree. I mean, listen, we're human. We all have flaws. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I would have done like differently because I don't know what I would have done in a situation like that. But it just wasn't the way to go. She shouldn't have done that. And with how much Qi Qiong loves her and he sees her as a mom, he would never tell Wei Wei. She's an amazing mom, right? And just the way she was like so loving with Qi Qiong and the bond they had together and how much they loved each other was just so beautiful. With how toxic his family is, he finally found a family through Wei Wei's mom.
Which, like, another thing with, like, the book differences is that I love that they added that she, like, knew about their relationship and accepted it.
Yes, yes. Beautiful.
That was such a good touch.
Beautiful. I'm so glad they did it. I'm so glad. Another like small thing that happened was that she fell for the exes act, the bitch.
Oh, like, yeah.
I feel like you know your son better than that. She shouldn't have fallen for her bullshit. But like again, we're human, we make mistakes. Like I'm not gonna crucify her for that, of course. I wanna say she would fit very well in like so many categories, depends on how you see her, in my opinion. I think decent. Maybe like either decent or shallow, one of the two, because it's not like she had potential but she wasn't used correctly, which I could be very biased here, honestly. I cannot figure it out quite clearly.
I don't know. I kind of feel more towards shallow just because, like, in the same episode that started with, like, her funeral and, like, everyone being sad, like, 10 minutes later, it was goofy as fuck again. And it was just so weird.
But that's not her fault, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking of, like, shallow as, like, the impact that, like, she had. It wasn't very impactful.
I would say it was impactful more about like just Qi Qiong and Wei Wei. She was impactful for them, but she wasn't impactful to the entirety of the show. So I think that makes her be here. We love her, but
Yes, we love her.
yeah.
Finally, we have Qi Qiong.
Qi Qiong,
I will start again with a rant towards the fans. People who were sitting there and blaming him about the kiss he had with his ex.
Oh my god. Yeah.
There is something deeply wrong with you. If you're gonna sit there and blame Qi Qiong for that kiss.
Oh my god, he should have pushed him away.
And by the way, that comes from a person that I think that anything is considered cheating. Like, I get jealous very fucking easily. I consider cheating a lot of things. That comes from me saying that. Saying that he should have pushed him away. You mean to tell me that he could have picked up Wei Wei with one arm, but he cannot push away? He cannot push him away while he's kissing him? Shut the fuck up. When I saw all of those people saying shit like that, do you hear yourself? Qi Qiong was absolutely in love with this motherfucker that did all of the horrible things, and he's the reason why Qi Qiong turned out to be the way he was by the end. Why he was so toxic and he was a fuckboy and he was doing all of those disgusting things, and why he was making Cheng Yu's life living hell. He is the reason for all of this shit. Okay? Get one fucking thing straight. No, he couldn't have pushed him. Why? Because that's what fucking happens. When he has to fucking deal with all of the things he has going on with Wei Wei and with Wei Wei's mom, and then all the things he has going on with Chen Yu, and all the things he has going on with his own family, and then this bitch comes out of nowhere and he does all the things he does, and you expect him to be in his right mind, it would be a problem and it would be cheating if he sat there and he pulled him in for a kiss himself, or if he just like hugged him and kept kissing him. But
yeah,
he
bro,
froze.
he's like overwhelmed.
He fucking froze. I said, like, if my ex came up to me, which I've only been in love once, if my ex came up to me and she kissed me, right, I would have instantly freeze. My brain wouldn't be able to register so fast what's happening. Let alone Qi Qiong with all the problems he had at that current moment happening at the same time. Because he did push him. Just because he was late, it doesn't mean he wanted to kiss him. People freeze when they're going through a stressful situation. It's a response that happens to a lot of people. Quite frankly, most of the people, I would say. You cannot sit there and blame Qi Qiong for his ex force kissing him, but no, Wang Shuo is the good guy. He's a single mom. He didn't do anything wrong. And you're gonna sit there and blame Qi Qiong for being forced into a kiss he didn't want to have, and then whine and say, how did he do this to him? How did he do this to Wei Wei? Did not Wei Wei try to make Qi Qiong jealous? Because he did. Sure, he didn't have a kiss, but he did do a lot of other things that I would be upset about. Are they the same with a kiss? No, but Qi Qiong didn't want to. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are we like acting like Wang Shuo kissing Qi Qiong wasn't some type of like essay or
honestly.
SH? Why? Because he's the top and because he's like cold-hearted, all of a sudden it's not a problem? No, trust me. I know it's like a crazy concept to a lot of people, but yeah, people like Qi Qiong have feelings. Would you believe that? What?
Holy shit! What?
Yes, just because he didn't have a reaction where he broke down and he was like, oh, "What are you doing to me?" and like all this dramatic shit, that doesn't mean he didn't feel like shit when his ex-boyfriend kissed him without him wanting to. The stigma around like tops and like overall people who are like on the colder side, that whatever happens to him, it's fine because like they are just colder people, is just like mind-blowing to me. They have feelings. Everybody has feelings, unless they're just a complete psychopath and then they just really don't care and they do worse things than whatever. But like in his case, we have seen time and time again that he has feelings. He feels strong. But yeah, just fuck you to anybody who was sitting there and saying that. I'm the biggest Jiang supporter, but I think he's horrible. Like I cannot
Yeah.
I cannot hide
Yeah.
behind my finger. He's horrible. He has said and done some fucked up shit, like super fucked up shit.
Yeah, in the beginning of the series, like especially like he's such a bad person. Like
Nah, he's horrible.
like
But
he literally left this one dude to get like
yeah,
ganged.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
it was so bad.
But I'm saying that I'm his biggest supporter, not in a sense that I support everything he does. I'm supporting him that he wasn't entirely wrong the whole time because everybody wanted to blame him for everybody else's mistakes. Meanwhile, it wasn't his fucking fault for a lot of things that people were blaming him for. And they were like, oh, stop liking him because, stop supporting him because he has a beautiful face. I'm lesbo as fuck, but I just have a fucking brain, honestly, to put it simply.
I just have a heart.
Yeah.
I feel for him.
Yeah, he was wrong for everything he did in the beginning and a lot of things he did afterwards, but he didn't mean that he was actually gonna baby doctor. He wasn't actually gonna do it. Still, that was fucked up. Like that was very fucked up. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, that was great. No, that was fucked up. He was wrong.
Wei Wei found out about it and confronted him about it. He apologized.
Immediately,
And, like,
yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm an asshole. I fucked up. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. So like, yeah, sure. Does it change the fact that he said it? No, it doesn't. But he knew that he fucked up and he actually didn't do it. There is room for forgiveness there, I would like to think. Like if you guys can like Wang Shuo and like anyone else in the show, I'm pretty sure you can forgive Qi Qiong for like the stupid shit he has done. And a lot of them honestly justifiably so, you know.
Especially with like with Wang Shuo, whenever he framed Cheng Yu for like sleeping with him, he actually like Cheng Yu like for the longest time like thought he might have actually slept with him. So like for all intents and purposes, like he kind of raped Cheng Yu, like
Yeah.
at least in his mind. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, bro,
When everybody was sitting there saying about Qi Qiong that when he couldn't light the lighter or something along those lines, that he lost aura points and shit like that. Now we're just blaming him. Literally, we're gonna just be mad at anything at this point. Like,
yeah, be like, oh my god, he's showing some sort of weakness.
yeah, like
It's-
all the hate Qi Qiong got in this show, it should have been directed towards Meng Tao. Like again, some of the shit that Qi Qiong has been through, it's so fucking understandable why he would react a certain way, in my opinion at least. I absolutely love how much Qi Qiong loves Wei Wei and the lengths he would go to keep him safe. The fact that he killed his own snake, his favorite little baby snake, the yellow snake, because it was hurting Wei Wei. I feel like that was the moment that a lot of us saw that Qi Qiong is not as bad as we think he is. Sure, it took him a long time to actually come to terms with like having to kill the snake, but he did do it in the end. And I think in the hospital is the first time he called him Wei Wei too.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, it was the first time he called him Wei Wei, and we just all folded. It was the cutest little thing in the planet. And
Yeah,
just
I love how he turns from just this like sex monster. Like all he wants to do is just fuck Wei Wei. But
I
then
know,
he's
right?
he's like, okay, I actually do like love him. Like,
Bro, the amount of times he called Wei Wei telling him, I want to fuck you. Like, sit on my
and
dick,
he
spin on it.
literally-
Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs?
And he literally just calls him jacking off. Like,
Ah, my favorite scene in the whole show. It was so fucking funny. The way he just calls him while he's like masturbating. He's like, I'm very close to finishing. Let me just hear your voice. I'm gonna get inspired. And also, can we talk about how realistic that fucking scene was? Because the actor, Tian, Tian?
yeah, Dan.
My man. That looked so real, bro. In a
I
good
mean,
way.
knowing him, you know, it might have been. Like, we don't know.
That fucking behind the scene, they were filming the sex scene in the clinic, and
Yeah.
he was on top of Ziyu, and the director said, "Cut."
He said, "God, dude,
And
don't stop."
and Tian went, "Don't stop."
Somebody yelled, "Don't stop!" And Tia was like, "It was me."
Tian was like, he was like, "I fucking yelled, don't stop." It was so fucking funny. Oh yeah, because holy fuck, let's talk about the voice voices, okay? Specifically Qi Qiong's voice, okay? Yes, I agree that the voice actor has the perfect voice for Qi Qiong, but Tian's voice, his actual voice, is, in my opinion, it has more emotion and it conveys everything more perfectly. I'm not gonna bash it. I'm not gonna say that they shouldn't have done that because I think he told me that they did it because his pronunciation is like a little bit different.
Yeah, their accent stuff.
Yeah, the accents and everything. So like I get why they did it. But fuck, what I absolutely love and we were like dying watching that was when Wei Wei lost his mom and Zheng was trying to comfort him and take care of him, and he was like accidentally like singing about moms, and then he made him cry, and he was like confused. He was like, oh shit, when he realized that he just sang about mom.
Yeah.
We just sat there, we were like, okay, so this is gonna be me and Key basically, because he's gonna get like depressed, and I'm gonna be sitting there trying to, make him feel better with like singing bouncy.
Slow it down, make it
Bouncy,
bouncy.
chica butterfly.
Fly.
I have a hard time showing my emotions. He's very comfortable with like crying in front of me.
Yeah, I've
So,
cried a lot in front of you. Yeah.
and now let's talk about the elephant in the room. What the fuck was happening between Chicheng and Changyu?
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
literally
like you talked to me like they must have like fucked once,
at
like
least.
something.
At least. They're too comfortable. For two people who haven't like for two friends who haven't fucked ever, they were way too comfortable. I'm telling you right now, they have fucked at least once. They were either both like super drunk or they just sat there and had fun for just the sake of having fun because they're both horny motherfuckers. One of the two must have happened, in my opinion. There's no way they're so comfortable with each other, like kissing each other, fucking slapping each other on the ass and like literally like almost riding each other's cokes, and you mean to tell me
Yeah.
that you mean to tell me that they have never fucked? I'm not saying that they have feelings. I'm just saying that they have for sure done something, even if it wasn't
Yeah.
fully the do. They did something for sure.
Their dicks touched once, like something.
They fucking played. They fenced. Sword fighting. I absolutely loved
Oh.
it. I love their relationship though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say like I wish we could have like gotten deeper like into their relationship.
I wanted to say the exact same thing, yeah. For me, it makes sense, the relationship they have, specifically from Chicheng's side. What I think maybe have happened, there was some type of like trauma bonding between these two, to the extent of like Chicheng made Chanyu his safe space.
Cause yeah, all these times where he's like drunk and asleep and like calling Chung Yu's name and like we get no explanation for it. Like what?
Like fucking Wang Shuo asking him like who's the most important person in your life, and he keeps saying Chanyu's name in his sleep when he's drunk. Bro, when you're drunk, you're your unfiltered self. So the fact that he was calling his name when he was drunk, I think it says a lot. I'm telling you right now, if these two actually fucked, I'm pretty sure Chicheng was the bottom.
Yeah.
I feel like Chicheng is a very like multi-layered and difficult character to place. I feel like I could like keep going about like everything. There's just so many things that happened, and he's very multifaceted. Like you cannot be narrow-minded and watch the show, in my opinion. Like if you're narrow-minded
Yeah.
and you think that life is black or white, you're not gonna be able to watch the show. You're either gonna love everybody or hate everybody. You need to understand that there's gray areas, because in the situation of Chicheng, he did a lot of like bad things, but there's like gray areas that he didn't do it because he's evil or because he wanted to hurt somebody, but he had to do it for a reason. Either all their mental health problems happening just because his dad is the way he is and he told him that, we're manly, all this fucking cringe bullshit, right? So there's just a lot of like factors that play into it. If you're only gonna sit there and you're gonna look at Chicheng like he's the worst person on the planet and you're not even gonna see the smallest good thing he has done, then why are you watching the show? And that goes not only for Chicheng but all the characters, because they have all done bad things, but they have also all done something good, except Meng Tao and the other fucking crippled bitch boy, which we didn't put him in here because, again, like, he wasn't important to the story. Like, if it was anybody else, because Chicheng has so many enemies, it could be just anybody else, and it still wouldn't matter. We could, like, never learn who it was. We don't care, basically. From a character that, like, had no place to fit in, like, all of his family and everything, he didn't feel like they liked him or they wanted him around, and he didn't feel close to them. He felt like an outsider in his own family. His own dad was pretty much treating him like shit, no matter how much he tried to, like, actually be serious with him and have a talk with him. His dad kept being an asshole for the most part. His mom, absolute drama queen. until the end that, she kind of was like, yeah, I see. People again were blaming Qi Qiong for when he was thrown into jail and he told Wei Wei that he hated him when he sold his house to get Qi Qiong out. That I'm not gonna sit there and act like you guys have no reason to be upset about that. That I can understand why you were upset about it, but from my perspective as a person who I would probably have a similar reaction because I don't like people going
Yeah,
to
I
those
wouldn't want
lengths.
to. I wouldn't want to be the reason for someone giving up like everything that they have.
Yes, I would react probably
Well,
similarly. So him saying that and then he leaves and he cries and all of those things and he even sends him a note telling him that I don't hate you and he just explained it a little bit. I'm glad he at least mustered the courage to at least tell him that, you know what, I don't hate you, and he explained his case basically. I'm glad he did that. And it kind of shows you how much he's like willing to become better for Wei Wei too.
mhm.
And also, like, by the end, where he's, like, sleeping with Wei Wei, and he doesn't allow anybody to come in the room, and they, like, all live together for a while, like, the
Oh
four of
yeah,
them, and he doesn't
they're
allow
like he's
anybody
still
to...
sleeping. Come
Yeah.
on, the food's ready. Look good. He's like, shh,
Yeah, and fucking
get out of here.
Chang Yu being, like, the dad of the group, he actually brings them food, and, like, he makes sure that they're okay all the time, and he cooks and all those things, like, whatever, but, like... Just like the way he was like holding, Zhejiang was holding Wei Wei the whole time, and he let him sleep as much as he wanted, and he didn't leave his side for a second. And he didn't try to wake him up, he didn't do any of those things, and he even got like angry when people would go into the room to check if they're okay. It was so beautiful how much he changed and he cared. They showed who Zhejiang really is without like all of the troubles he was going through, like basically being in a family that he felt like the black sheep of the family. Also, like not having any support from anybody and just having like trust issues from his ex-boyfriend, and also that ex-bitch that she tried to kill his snakes and all of those things. He got like stabbed so much by people in the back, and all of the breakouts where he was losing his shit, it was all because of those reasons. I'm not gonna sit there and use it as an excuse and be like, yeah, he did that because of this, so we forgive him. No, I forgave him for a lot of the things he did. Not all, but a lot of the things. It was because of how he was telling Wei Wei that, you know what, I don't care what was the reason, as long as you love me now. And even after everything, he still was trying to be better for Wei Wei. He wasn't trying to change himself to fit what Wei Wei wants. He was trying to make himself better for Wei Wei. It's because there's a difference with, like, for example, someone else in another show that is faking who they are to get into someone's pants because they're, like, obsessed and in love with them. And there's a
What
difference...
show could that be?
I don't know. There's a difference with doing that and actually trying to be the better version of your own self for someone who loves you. Like, someone inspires you so much to be the better version of yourself. And that's why, for me, Chicheng is like very, very redeemable. And I, like, after all this talk, I still don't know where to put him.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
He's a character and he's a flawed character, which characters are good when they have flaws, in my opinion.
Yes.
But his writing was amazing. I don't want to be so biased. Aggressive Moan, I would say, for his writing and shit, but like plot-wise and collectively, like all the above, basically. Baby
That's-
agrees. Plot, character writing, character development. I would say he's more fit to be in Hear Me Out. I would say maybe above Wei Wei too.
Yeah, I think maybe above him. Yeah,
Because he had way more character development, in my opinion.
had way more.
Yeah, because in my opinion, he was more troubled than Wei Wei too.
And yeah, he had like a lot more emotional
Baggage?
struggle, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because with Wei Wei, how he felt things didn't really change, but like how Qicheng felt things
Mhm.
did. Because like he would be like this angry, like unforgiving person,
Mm-hmm.
but here he is at Wei Wei's mom's funeral,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like heartbroken, and he's sitting there like trying to be like his old angry self
Mm-hmm.
and like take it out on Wei Wei, but seeing him cry, he's like, well, fuck. I can't do this.
Yeah, honestly, that scene I think showed so fucking much in my opinion. Like that he was like, "Oh, I'm just here to see you suffer." It's so crazy because he wanted to hate him. He wanted to feel
Yeah.
good about the fact that he has just lost his mom and he's like crying and he's like suffering and he's miserable. He wants to hate him, but he can't because he's so in love with him. So he would literally went in confidently like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna see him cry and I'm gonna feel better because he fucked me over. He messed up so bad and he fucking lied to me and he did all those things and blah 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 blah. And he starts taunting him, and the moment Wei Wei starts crying and he's like distressed
He's like,
completely, he's
"Oh,
like, no, I cannot do
fuck."
it anymore. No, 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 no. He's like, no, I don't feel good. Why don't I feel good? And then he goes to him and he's like screaming at his face, like, stop crying. And Wei Wei doesn't stop crying. And Wei Wei doesn't stop crying and he cries even more. And then he just hugs him and he's like, please be a good boy, stop crying. I love that scene. I fucking love that
Yeah.
scene. It was beautiful. I think with that being said, we're finished.
Yeah, I think that about covers it.
And I think I absolutely love this list as well.
So yeah, everyone go watch. Well, I hope you've watched Revenge Love already, but if not, I hope this has convinced you to watch it.
It's really good. Give it a try.
Use the tier list to make your own. The link will be in the description.
Probably in the comments because YouTube
In the
doesn't allow
comments.
YouTube doesn't allow me to put random links on the description. You go make it. I'm gonna be checking it now and then so I can see what you guys came up with.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Like, I've tried to say thank you so much for watching for like the past fucking 5 minutes or something. And be prepared because I will try to be better at uploading videos. I accidentally spilled lemonade in my titties.
Oh no, I'll clean it up.
Stop bullshitting. Stop bullshitting. I thought we were joking. You learn something new every day.